Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias. So, today we're going to keep learning about gravity, but what we're really going to focus on is mass and distance and how it affects gravity. So, I can learn how mass and distance affects gravity. So, hoy de verdad vamos a enfocar en cómo la distancia y la masa, no para pan, pero masa, afecta la gravedad. So, our do now. Think about think about it. What would happen if we did not have gravity? ¿Qué pasaría si no teníamos gravedad? I'll give you guys a second. Okay, great. So I'm hoping you guys thought about it. Pienso que ustedes estaban pensando también. But really, if you didn't have gravity, you wouldn't be sitting down right now or standing on the ground. You would be floating into the sky. Si no hubiera tenido gravedad este mundo, de verdad hubieras estado en el cielo flotando. No hubiera estado en el piso, ya no cayéndose. So it's very important to have gravity. But we need to know how gravity is affected. So let's go over the definition real quick. Gravity is the force that attracts objects toward the center of the earth or toward one another. So, la gravedad es la fuerza que atrae objetos uno al otro o al centro de la Tierra. La Tierra es el más grande que tenemos acá. No hay algo más grande que la Tierra. Entonces todo va al centro de la Tierra. Now, there are two things that affect gravity that you need to understand. The two things that affect gravitational attraction or gravity is mass and distance. This is very important for you to understand. Entonces, hay dos cosas que afectan la gravedad. Tienen que entender esto para de verdad contestar preguntas y entender la gravedad más. Las dos cosas que afectan la gravedad es masa y distancia. Pero, ¿qué son estas cosas? What is this? I don't know what these are. So, mass is the amount of matter in an object. An object's mass does not change if the gravitational force changes. So, mass is not weight. This is different. Es diferente. So, masa es cuánto algo ocupa en el mundo. Es el espacio que alguien ocupa. La masa nunca cambiará, aunque tal vez la gravedad cambia. Esto no es peso. Peso es diferente porque peso cambia. Pero la masa nunca cambia. La masa solo es el espacio que estamos teniendo en la Tierra. What is distance? Distance is how far away something is from each other. So, how something is far or close to each other. So, la distancia es que lejos o cerca está una cosa. So, knowing that these two things affect gravity, we'll be able to answer more questions about gravity. Ya que sabemos que estas dos cosas afectan la gravedad, podemos mover a algo para contestar estas preguntas. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to answer questions for you. These questions will also help you understand gravity more because I'm going to go into depth on how I can use my slides, my resources to figure out these answers. Entonces, estas preguntas van a ayudarte a entender la gravedad más porque de verdad les van a enseñar qué gravedad es, qué masa es y qué distancia es y cómo todos esos afectan uno al otro. So, of course, I have to write my name, Miss Rivera. So let's go to number 1. What is gravitational force? ¿Qué es fuerza de la gravedad? It makes objects at rest start moving. It makes objects that are moving stop. The force of attraction between two objects. So I can go back to my slides and go to my definition. The force that attracts objects toward one another. So I know it is that one. So let's go to the next one. What two things determine gravity of an object? ¿Qué son las dos cosas que yo dije que afectan la gravedad? Anybody? Which one? Mass and weight, mass and distance, density and mass, or volume and distance? I'm glad you guys are thinking. Si veo esta, and this picture helps me out. The force of gravity acts between all objects. If mass increases, the force of gravity increases. If distance increases, the force of gravity decreases. So, the two things that affect it, mass and distance. Okay, the greater the mass, the greater the gravitational pull. True or false? So, si hay una masa grande, la gravedad es más grande. Okay, gravity has to do with mass. The greater the mass, the greater the gravity that the object has. So, yes, it's true. And if I didn't read that, I can go back to my notes and see that the mass increases. If it's big, the force increases as well. Okay, let's keep going. The closer the objects are, the greater the gravitational pull. Let's keep reading. Gravity has to do with distance. So, si hay algo, los objetos son cerca, están cerca, la gravedad es más grande. Let's go back to my notes. Okay, I'm looking at the pictures. I'm going to look at the pictures. So these are pretty far away, so that can't be it. These are pretty close though. So if the objects are close to each other, the gravity increases. So si los objetos son más cerca, la gravedad es más grande. So, true. Okay? As distance between two objects increases, the pull of gravity becomes, como la distancia es más lejano, ¿qué pasa con la gravedad? Look at this. I go back. What happens? The word is decreases. Si la distancia es más grande, la gravedad es menos, so it's less. When will the force of gravity between two objects be the greatest? So, ¿cuándo va a ser la gravedad más grande? So, ya sabemos que masa y distancia lo afecta. We know that mass and distance affects it. So, when is it greater with mass and when is it greater with distance? Let's look at our notes. It's greater when mass is big. So we want a big object. Mass has to be big. And also we want the objects to be close. So the mass has to be big, the object has to be the mass has to be big and the distance has to be close. So both objects have a small mass and are far apart. No, that's not what I just said. Eso no es lo que dije. Los objetos tienen que ser grande y tienen que estar cerca. So both objects have large mass and are close together. Which model has a greater gravitational pull? So, ¿cuál están atraídos más? ¿Cuál es la gravedad más grande? So, these objects are pretty close to each other and these aren't. So, we learned already if objects are closer, they have a greater gravitational pull. So, si los objetos son más cerca, la gravedad es más cerca. Okay. Which has a larger mass? ¿Cuáles tiene una masa más grande? We already know this. Its amount of space it takes up. ¿Cuánto espacio toma? So which one is bigger? The Earth or the Moon? The Earth. Okay, let's try this one. Which picture has a weaker gravitational pull? So ¿cuál tiene menos gravedad? The people who are far away or the people who are closer? Give you some time. And if you said one, you are right. Now, who suggested gravitation? If you remember from our reading, yes, on Tuesday, we know that Newton did. Okay, so now that I've gone over the questions and I've gone over everything, you will go back to your lesson and you will answer multiple choice questions, a short response in complete sentences, and fill in the blank. You will try your best and if you have any questions, please let me know. So van a ir, contestar las preguntas, moviendo los círculos, contestando en oraciones completas y moviendo las palabras. Si tienen preguntas, por favor, déjenme saber. Please let me know, okay?